back again, everyone. Hopefully, all of you are a bit psyched to see some more GT Sport action, which is what happened last week with us. You would have, if you're subscribed, you would have seen a whole bunch of little GTS videos popping up throughout the week. I think the way that I'll approach this in future is, the GT Sport videos as I race and record and put them up from the PlayStation onto YouTube, I'll leave those there. And then if anyone wants to come back and have a bit of a debrief, see how I thought I went during the week, here's some of the stupid things that I say about my racing. I'll put together a video, within a week-ish, and I'll see how that goes for us. So let's have a look at the week that wasn't. So this is the first race. We're at Autopolis. I haven't qualified well. I've made a terrible start by not having TC on. I've already started chucking the car around a bit, and blokes just yeeting their lives away into gravel traps. You can see just slowly catching these couple of drivers here, and just holding on the back of that guy, biff past him a little bit with some lovely door-to-door action, and then you can just see off in the rear at T1, just he eats his life into the gravel trap. And realistically, so this race, I was predicted to finish second. I was expected to finish second. And what I have done is come from, I think it was something like 5th or 6th on the grid, finished 4th. I probably could have done second. This is, well, maybe not. What's the gap there? It's quite substantial. I, at this point, don't have good lap times. So there you can see a 1:55.6. I managed to shave a few seconds off of that by the end of the week, but just not qualifying well. Don't have the pace, and I'm making too many stupid mistakes. Not consistent. In this race, again, mid-pack kind of caper, doing okay here, up to 4th, and then I just get overexcited about, hey, that's 3rd and I'm catching him, and that really just, okay, slide off track there, slide off track there, slide off track, not really off track there, and then just, I think there I actually have just got punted from behind, in all honesty, but just bad driving, and I've let my mistakes become other people's mistakes as well there. I've gone off track again, running 11th here, and just terrible work. I was meant to finish 5th, but still improved my SR, still improved my DR. This race, it's again starting 8th. See, reasonable start here. I dropped to 9th there, back up to 8th. Doing okay, staying out of trouble as much as I can. You can see these couple of guys there having a bit of a barney. I've gone off track, come back, trying to catch up to those couple of people. Off track again, that doesn't help. Now 10th, right? So you can see there's a couple of lovely lads in front. And what you'll see is there's a lot of banging of doors, a lot of biffing and barging and punting each other. There's penalties being handed out, and they're not too concerned about it. The problem is I've tried to get through and come past. I've got past one of them there, briefly got my nose in front there, and then bang, there we go. Yep, thanks a lot for joining in with us, Adam. We're just going to punt you, because that's what us two do. That was, well, by all accounts, their whole race. Fantastic fun for everyone that didn't want to be involved. Here we go again, and this is a reasonable effort. So trying to stay clean, stay out of it. There we go. Keep on this guy's tail. Get right up there and try and get past. Do get past. So I'm up to 6th. This isn't too bad. Still going for it. Still going along. This isn't too bad. They're not on my tail. Just holding pace. Trying to drive cleanly. I've got about 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds now behind. 4 seconds in front. So at this point, it's really just preserve, don't bin it, hold the result. You're not going to catch the people in front. You're not fast enough, but you've got a good gap to the people behind. So just stay with the result you've got. Again, I'm not fast at this point at all. This is like Thursday still, I think. So there's a lot of learning to do. So after that, we've gone to Friday. Now, Friday was a wonderful day for me as far as GT Sport went. We'll just do a quick little pause here. You can see I'm on pole. I've got my time down to a 1:54.3. So I'd spent some time putting in some laps, getting some pace out of the car, learning the track, learning where my limits are at the track. And I had a really mixed bag on Friday. I had races where it was you can start on pole, and when I started on pole, I was just gone, just straight away off into the sunset, lights to flag, fastest lap, and that happened 3 times. This is the third one. The other races, it was just start second or third, make an okay start, get up into either into the lead or into alongside the lead or into second, and then make a minor silly mistake, get a bit biffed, maybe get biffed off the track, which fine. I don't mind if I'm getting punted because I'm making dumb mistakes, but then get into my own head and overdo it and trying to make up for what I've done and just consistently drop back through the pack. And that happened a lot. And it was frustrating, but at the same time, some of these races were against B and C rated drivers rather than the D that I am. So there was clearly plenty of opportunity for me to improve my rating just by trying to be in there. And the other thing was when I was seeing, hey, I'm still on a chance at third or first or podium, whatever, I would overdrive the car, and that was to my detriment. So I think I learned that through some of my other drives. And the next race that we'll get, I think this is the last one from that day, that glorious day. I started second. That's fine. I'm still at a 54.3. I'm not hugely far behind the guy in first, and I've taken him at the first corner. And then I've just gone, right, well, I'm not as fast as you on outright pace, but it ain't the easiest place in the world to pass so long as I don't make mistakes. And that's what I've set out to do, is to just drive as clean as I can. Got through the first lap pretty clean, second lap pretty clean. I've got second and a half up here. I think briefly out to 2 seconds. And then just through the third lap and more on the fourth lap, just some silly little minor errors creeping in. Just overdriving in a couple of corners, just a little bit too deep in T1, so losing a bit of time there, a little bit too deep in that hairpin there, a little bit too deep in that hairpin there, and then through here a little bit too deep, he gets ahead. I've just managed to jag back past him into the last couple of corner sequence, but then he just barges past anyway, and takes the win, and full credit to him. He's done exactly what he needs to do. Just stay with them, wait for them to make the mistake, pressure them into making a mistake, and get past when you can. 100%. But it was good racing. I enjoyed it, and I actually learned from it. So that was a great race to have. This race, this is Saturday all over. So Saturday I've gone, right, today's the day. I'm just going to massively nail it. My DR's up, my SR's up, here we go. Expected to, in this one, I'm not sure whether this is the first, second or third, but expected to finish starting second on the grid. And what has happened here? Well, you can see if you're an eagle-eyed viewer that was the handbrake on. And I'm not sure how it got on. I'm happy to say I was playing around at some point during the day with views, in terms of changing the camera to try and get the bonnet view, and eventually did just end up giving up and just do quality laps with the Megane instead of the Sirocco, and going bonnet view and improve my time dramatically. But yeah, just maybe that's what it was. But it's also weird that for 3 races that the handbrake was on. If I went off and did a quality lap, the handbrake was off. If I went and did a lobby race just to try it, the handbrake was off. But as soon as I went back to that race, the handbrake was on. So yeah, we gave up on Saturday after those 3 races and just went, fine, that's it. It's time for some quality and get that time down. And there you go, we've got down to a 53.9. Now, I didn't beat that time in quali. I didn't beat that in the race, I don't think. But what I did do is get to the point where I could hit 53.9s consistently, and that's while I could see I was making mistakes. So I'm like, I've made a mistake there, If I add up my best times, I think I would have been down to a low 53 or a high 52. So that's pretty good. That's improvement. And you can see again, so this is the last race of the week that I did. And again, it's just a lights to flag victory. Just off you go, take off. But this time I'm racing against people that aren't as bad as some of the ones I was encountering Friday, and they've stuck with me. It also is worth saying I wasn't driving brilliantly on the Saturday. the Sunday, but I was doing okay. But this person just stuck with me most of the race. I maybe got out to a second and a half. I was going, no, that's okay. I'm just going to take it, and we'll just sit there, and we'll just race the race out and finish it off. Now I didn't get fastest lap. That's fine, but I got the win. I got the win against people I was expected not to get the win against, and it was just through that persistence of just, that's fine. Don't get flustered. Just drive it and keep it straight as much as you can. Make a couple little mistakes, that's okay. Keep it straight as much as you can. And that's what happened. And amazingly, I did that and I came away with the win. So I think that's the thing that's most excited me, is one, being able to put together a decent qualifying lap. So getting down to the point where I'm faster. Accepting other people's advice. So, the whole change to the Megane, it's apparently, a beast under starting, and it was pretty good. You'd normally get like at least 3/10 if you were in first by the time you got to the first corner. And switch to the bonnet view, because you can see better what's going on with the corners. Now, obviously, you can't see the cars around you, so that gives you a challenge for applying some racecraft, and that hit me on Sunday a bit. So, you wouldn't see what's going on around you, and you might get biffed or nerfed or whatever, and so you'd have to fight your way back through. Again, that's fine, that's learning. Those suggestions, by the way, came from Tripping Nipple. Fantastic content, give him a look. So, accepting other people's advice and learning from it, that was fantastic. Improving on my quality time, that was fantastic. And then being able to, over the course of the week, sit there through the traffic and all the rest of it and just go, you know what, I'm actually just going to focus on, 1, passing cleanly, 2, realising what the limits I'm going to get away with are in terms of a bit of door-to-door contact is okay, so that I'm not just constantly the guy getting sent on, but occasionally sending on people. And 3, just holding your nerve and not just going, oh crap, pressure, and brain explosion and you're off, right? So just putting those blocks together and just going, okay, well here's a race, and here's another one, and here's another one, and there's mistakes along the way, that's fine. That's how you learn. Put it together, build the week up, and by the end of it, results are happening, and that's fantastic, and that was really rewarding. So I really enjoyed that week, and I'm looking forward to the next opportunity I get to spend a decent week on GT Sport. So yeah, fantastic. So that's how I went with GT Sport this week. If you liked that video, give it some of those. If you really, really liked it, give it one of those subscribes. Go on and do it for me. Chuck it on. If you're really super keen on it, hit that bell notification as well. It'll let you know when there's more content available. If you're like, it was alright, don't give it a like. If you're like, nah, man, this guy's cooked, get rid of him, chuck him in the bin, feel free to give it those. That's fine. But if you're going to, I'd really appreciate a comment telling me what I can do better to improve, because that's another key plank. Let me learn about how to do this better. In the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful week, and we'll see you next time. Have fun.